So this is all I have to do to get people to meditate. It's just have everyone home in quarantine with nothing else to do, huh? Welcome, everyone. Welcome. And if you're just getting here, feel free to write in the chat box if you're live, where you're from and how you're feeling. Wow, we've got people from all over. This is lovely. Tennessee, Venice, UK, Illinois, Brazil, New York, Canada, Norway, Hollywood, Australia, Germany, California, Barcelona. I love Barcelona. I used to live there. Beautiful place. Yeah, got some concerns, some anxiety. Nice to be connected to a community. I agree. Minnesota, Netherlands, San Francisco. Hi, everyone. Echo Park, Ithaca, Quebec, Wisconsin, Texas. Lovely. Maryland. Hi. Oh, that'll just keep going. Okay. So come on in, everyone. We're going to get started with unmatching from fear and doing some healing on the planet. So you don't need to have your video on if you come in. You're good. I've muted everybody. All is well. Actually, since we're all, you know what? Since we're all home alone, my favorite movie, we're all home alone in our pajamas getting into trouble. I'm going to unmute everyone just for a moment so you know you're not alone. And I just want everyone to say hi on 3, all right? 1, 2, 3. I'm going to unmute everyone.
Hi,
everyone.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
There's laughter in the world. All right, there we go. Oh, someone from Germany, you can't hear me. You might have to click on your preferences on your Zoom and check what's going on. Oh, that already made someone cry just by everyone saying hello. We're done. Thanks for coming, everyone. I'll see you soon. I'm glad you took a moment out of your busy day of hoarding at the supermarket to be able to come sit. Just kidding. I was on a plane once with my brother, and there was a lot of turbulence. It was really intense, and I remember looking at him, going like, "Whoa, oh my God, we're gonna die!" And he looked at me, and he just like very calmly said, "So?" And he just shrugged his shoulders, and I was like, "Wow, you asshole." I'm just kidding. It was a sobering moment. Granted, he had taken a lot of acid. I mean, well, not at that moment, just his whole life. Anyway, I did realize when he said that, like, oh, well, that is inevitable for all of us. How we handle that energy is, and that how we handle the unfoldment of life is up to us. There was this great talk I heard Tony Robbins, the motivational speaker, give once. He was saying that he was teaching a seminar when 9/11 happened, which may be the last event of this magnitude I think that many of us have experienced. And he was teaching when it happened, and he said he had people from like over 100 countries at this event, and the angry people got angry, the sad people got sad, the people with victim issues went into their victim energy, the happy people found a silver lining. He said it was almost like the experience amplified what was already going on inside of everyone. And I think that tends to happen. These really intense situations amplify the best and sometimes the worst in us. And so maybe this is an opportunity for you to look at what it's been amplifying in you. Now, my job as a spiritual teacher is, it's really not to just sit here and soothe you. It's to help you wake up to that next level of consciousness, to that next energy that you're working on growing into. And the truth is, really tough things do happen, and destruction is part of life. It's part of creation. My grandfather fought in World War II against the Nazis, and he stepped on a mine and he survived. It exploded and he survived. And I was thinking that the other day, Just, how lucky I am and how lucky all of us are. And out of the worst thing that happened in the entire 20th century, right? The worst thing that happened, um, for me, so much, there was so much creation. I would have grown up. My name, I wouldn't have been David. I would have been Sergey, and you right now would be taking my class in Russia on how to stand still in front of the palace instead of meditation. I just offended all of my Russian relatives, by the way. there, there are cycles of creation and destruction that are inevitable. Of course, I think the more aware we become as a species, the more we work together, the more we're able to mitigate some of that destruction. But it does wake something up inside of us, doesn't it? It gets us to pay attention and see if we could have more compassion for each other. And in a situation, this is a very novel situation, isn't it? So we're all kind of quarantined at home. Everybody pretty much on the planet is quarantined at home. And so we all know the negative impact of that on the economy and all the people hurting who are sick. And at the same time, for those of us who are here present and meditating, it's an opportunity to be able to close our eyes, go inwards, and see what life has to teach us out of this situation. And I don't know what that's going to be for you. It's different for every single person. I don't know what life wants to teach you from this. But in this meditation, what I want us to focus on is being able to unmatch from everybody else's fear and panic and anxiety and stress, from their doomsday scenarios and all of the conspiracy theory energy and just all of the chicken little, the sky is falling energy, and really start to just match yourself and see what that feels like. See what it feels like to really just be in your own energy, even if there is some chaos on the outside. And unmatching and matching is it's an ability that we all have that we're mostly unconscious to. So I'll just give a few examples before we go in meditation. One example on a very personal level, one-to-one, maybe you're near somebody who's in a lot of anxiety or pain, and as you're talking to them, you start to feel their anxiety or feel their pain, and you become it. And for those of you who have taken my classes before, I've spoken about this. So you might be very empathic and you match somebody else's pain, and then you feel pain, right? That can happen on an individual level. Or perhaps you go to a party and everyone's having a really great time and they're being loud and obnoxious and fun, and all of a sudden you find yourself in that energy, matching that energy, just losing yourself and having a good time. You don't even realize you've matched this group of people. Or you go to a sporting event and everyone's like yelling defense. Everyone's wearing red and the hats, and you start matching the energy of the crowd, of the group. All of a sudden you're matching 30,000 or 50,000 people in the same energy. Or if you've ever seen a group of soldiers, right, all wearing the same thing, they all stand the same way, same posture, they're all matching each other, and they do that for survival, for security, for stability. And then I've seen some really dark kinds of matching when I lived in India. Sometimes in India, mobs form. Like if a taxi driver crashes into somebody, you'll see a mob form and just beat him down. Or there'll be riots in different places on earth, right? Where what people are doing is so irrational. They match each other and they lose their ability to think for themselves, and they just go do something stupid. And so there's that kind of matching that happens as well. And then the really, really big kind of matching, which is what's going on right now. So everyone is taking in the news and matching this vibration of fear, of anxiety, of the sky is falling. And it's very difficult not to match that because we're being inundated by it so much, which is why it's even more important to unplug and start to meditate, right? It's even more important. And that's what we're going to do here. So we're going to learn how to start to unmatch from some of that fear, some of that energy, and go inwards and see what life wants to teach us. And then at the same time, as that happens, as we kind of refind our space and our energy from the chaos, maybe do a little healing as a group. There's 100 of you in here, um, which I've just realized I think my Zoom got maxed out. I didn't think that through. Sorry, everyone who has to watch this on download. But we as a group, maybe we can do a healing on the planet together. I think that would be really powerful. And obviously an energetic healing. So let's get into it. Yeah, so I want you to be comfortable. Sit upright. Try not to lay down unless you have an injury or something. Have your spine relatively straight. It's not a big deal. Your legs can be out, or you could sit in a chair. Just go ahead and close your eyes. We'll do anything but just sit and close our eyes, won't we? We'll text and social media and call people and pace the house and search the internet, eat snacks all day. But closing our eyes to meditate. What a concept, huh? So as you close your eyes, take a nice big deep breath in, fill your belly in with air, expand those nerve endings. Nice soft sigh out. As you do that, drop your shoulders. As you do that, open the palms of your hands and loosen your hands. Relax the bottom of your feet. Relax the area behind your knees. Ease any tension in your body. Just start to let go if there's anywhere you're kind of grasping and holding on. Let yourself relax into this moment. And so the primary energy that many people are matching right now is this kind of fear and anxiety energy that turns into a panic. And we can match and unmatch from energy in many different places in our body. So I want us to start at the very base of our spines. Right at the very base of your spine, it's kind of primordial, very earthly, kind of survival energy center. And I'd like you to imagine that there's this volume knob at the base of your spine that regulates how much fear and anxiety and survival you match. And just notice where that is. Is it at 100%? Are you totally matching the panic energy? Or is it at 50? Where is it? And then I'd like you to just start to turn it down. Just turn down this energy, turn down this almost extra sensitivity to the external world. Turn the volume down maybe to 10%. As you turn it down, you might notice your muscles start to relax, your body starts to relax. You start letting go of tension. If you see things very energetically, you might even notice like an energetic cord or many cords that go out to the rest of the world. They just start to fall away. If you've been almost like tethered to somebody else's fear, maybe kind of remove that tether. Notice what it's like to just turn the volume down on all of that energy. I'd like you to bring your awareness a little bit higher, a few inches below your belly button, into this sacral area where you feel from. This is a place we tend to feel energy from, feel other people's emotions. And just for the sake of this meditation, just for right now, turn the volume knob down here as well. Turn the volume down in relationship to anywhere you're absorbing too much of other people's emotion. It's great that you can feel how other people feel. But in meditation, you're really here to go inward, let go of the rest of the world. So just turn this down so that you can just feel how you feel. Often we don't know how we feel because we're taking in so many other people's feelings. It's hard to tell what even belongs to us. It's almost like we become the sum of everybody else's feelings, especially if we're always holding space for other people and trying to fix them, make sure they're okay. Can you even just for a moment let go of that responsibility? There's nothing you're going to do for them in meditation. So turn this down. Notice how quiet it gets. Meditation isn't necessarily about figuring something out. It's about touching that stillness inside of us. Notice your capacity to just kind of let go and be still. You were born with this capacity. It may just not be something people praise in you. Then I'd like you to bring your awareness up into the center of your chest, into your heart. And the heart is where we feel a lot of love, a lot of grief. This is where we reconcile a lot of our relationships. This is also where we can feel a sense of oneness and connection to everyone. We're not going to close the heart space down in any way. I just want you to notice if there's any grief in this area that just needs to maybe process a little bit, that needs to move. If you've been overriding any sadness for what's happening on the planet or in your own life, this is a great opportunity to just open it up and see what comes out. And what creates a really successful, healthy meditation is honesty. I can't be honest for you. Take a moment and just be honest with yourself around how you feel, right in this heart space. Maybe there's almost like a psychic weight that's ready to come off your chest, or something you've been avoiding processing because you've been matching the panic. You know that energy when you just almost start to just keep taking in information. Like if you take in enough information from the news or from other people, then you'll be safer. you'll understand more. But at a certain point, that has diminishing returns because you lose touch with how you feel. So if you've lost touch with how you feel, find it. Find how you feel. Notice as you find how you feel, maybe you come into your body a little bit more. You land into the presence of this body. Sometimes watching our breath is not enough to help us become present. Sometimes we need to really be honest with how we feel because it's the rejection of our feelings that keep us from being present. We almost launch ourselves into the future so we can avoid feeling what's really inside of us. If you want to truly be present, own your feelings. And if you want your feelings to teach you, you have to acknowledge them. What they're looking for is to be seen and to be acknowledged. So as you do that, maybe some energy in you starts to shift. Maybe some energy in you is ready to move. Maybe you're ready to let go of something. And for those of you who at this point feel distracted or irritated or confused or you disappeared, that means it's really here. There's something for you to work on. Use that distraction or resistance or confusion. That means there's probably some kind of sadness or pain underneath. Don't run away from it. Don't make up excuses. Definitely don't blame anyone. I want you to notice in the center of your chest, in your heart center, you have your feelings and emotions, but you also may be carrying some of the collective human pain that we as a species have accumulated over the centuries. Through all the wars and the famines, through all the anger and the division, there's this kind of cumulative human pain that we all share. And if this time on the planet is doing anything, it's bringing that up to the surface for us to heal. Fear is really the great destroyer. If we let it consume us, it becomes the great destroyer. If we don't say hello to our sadness, it deepens into depression. If we don't pay attention to it, if we don't heal our resentment, it turns into anger and hate. And if we don't love and accept that part of us that feels empty, it will only grow. and we may feel like there's no purpose or point. So, in some form, you have a match with the rest of humanity in your heart. And if you can reconcile this energy inside yourself, you're going to give a healing to the rest of the species. That's how important this process is. The paradox of this whole human experience is if you heal yourself, you heal everyone. That's truly how important you are. I want you to own that responsibility, and not in a heavy way, in a purposeful way. One of the great purposes of your life might be to heal an underlying feeling of invalidation or a perpetual feeling of anxiety or a recurring theme of anger that comes around again and again. People always ask me to help them find their purpose. And I say, well, what are you feeling? And when they tell me, I go, well, that's it. Start with that. And the deep pain that we all feel individually and as a species, if we can truly understand it and come to peace with it, it goes from being a boulder on our life path to being a stone that we step on as we walk our life path. And that goes for us as individuals and as a species. Our challenges have become global. They used to be local. Now they're global. We have to meet those challenges by coming together and shifting our consciousness and our energy together. And we could fight each other in fear and hate, or we can heal ourselves and come together with some true compassion. But don't wait for me to do it, or somebody else to do it, or some leader to do it. You do it. Let your heart center start to really open. Maybe you even notice almost like a light in the center of your chest starting to expand. I want you to notice that light in the center of your chest is connected to the light in the center of everyone else's chest on the entire planet. Doesn't matter their race, their gender, their age. I want you to show every human being on earth right now what it means to heal. Show them what it means to heal by healing yourself. Maybe that means you look inside and you see shame. Show them what it means to accept shame, or you feel guilt. Show them what it means to accept guilt. Maybe you've been resentful for 10 years. Show the rest of humanity what it means when you accept that you've been resentful and you stop resenting the resentment. And just like viruses spread through the air, so does fear. So does anger. So does hate. And so does love and compassion. Show the rest of humanity what it's like when you start to shift your energy from the inside out and you stop matching those least common denominator energies. This situation on Earth is here to help us as a species connect and take a step together out of fear into the vibration of caring for each other. And then I want you to notice out of the center of your chest, there's this beautiful, almost like golden flower that arises. This beautiful golden flower. And inside of this flower, there's this energy of love and acceptance. It almost vibrates. It vibrates in that energy. And it's not manufactured. It's almost like part of your soul's essence. It's a seed from inside of you. You were born with it. And you just infuse this flower with some of that energy. And you send it out to the rest of humanity. It multiplies billions of times and it goes out to every single human being on this planet. And it goes to their heart centers. And as that happens, you just notice the shift of energy on Earth. It's almost as if the entire species gets a healing. The Earth itself can relax a little bit deeper. And if some of that energy of, can we really do this, arises, if there's any of that doubt, that's fine. Let it start to ground down and out. That's also just an energy. I want you to raise your consciousness up. Every single human being has a healer inside them, whether they know it or not. And then lastly, as this happens, I want you to bring your awareness all the way up to the top of your head. All the way to that place on the top of your head where when you're born, it's that soft spot. You know, that soft spot on the top of a baby's head. It's a very important energy center. And you're still connected to your heart and to the rest of you. And I want you to notice from up here, you're connected to the species, to the planet, also to the star that this planet revolves around, to the galaxy that we live in, to the greater universe that this galaxy lives in. And to whatever else this universe belongs to. From this space, you're connected to all of it. And paradoxically, all of it lives inside of you. As big as the problems on Earth may seem, you look out and you see the infinite number of stars, the infinite number of species and life that exist in the universe. And you see your place in all of it. And then you just come back right into the top of your head. And before you leave this meditation, I want you to just choose a color on the top of your head that really matches your energy in this moment. Let one color arise that just kind of says you. You know, like when you go out for the day and you decide, what clothes am I going to wear that really represents my mood and who I am? And I want you to just almost tune your radio station just to you as you unmatch from everyone else. A friend of mine who's a wonderful therapist said that a healthy human being is somebody that can feel and understand all of life, every other human being, almost become it, and then again contract into just being their individual selves. We have the ability to touch everything and also be unique in ourselves. So at the end of this meditation, I want you to come back just into yourself, feel your own energy coursing through your body. Notice that color on the top of your head. Maybe it runs down through the rest of your body. Feel the sheer joy of being awake, of being alive. You're doing an amazing job. No matter how complicated or difficult life can be sometimes, here you are sitting and meditating and doing the work. So have some gratitude for yourself. Take a nice big deep breath in. Nice easy soft sigh out. And when you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes. And great work, everyone. Thank you for sitting with me and meditating and really recognizing that you can shift your energy. If I could leave you with anything, it's that you can shift your energy. You can match and unmatch from the rest of the world at will, and you can help everyone heal. And on a practical level, if you need to stay home for a few weeks and be on your own and do some inner work, and that's all you can do, well, then that's the dish that life has served you. And so here you are. And yes, thank you all so much for being here. I maxed out my Zoom. I didn't think about that. So there was probably a bunch of people who couldn't get in. I'll make sure to share it with them if you have friends that say they couldn't get in. And before everyone leaves, how about I just unmute you so you can all say bye and you know that you are not alone. All right, on three, I'm going to unmute everybody. 1, 2, 3.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you,
God
David.
bless. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Thank you.
David, thank
Meow.
you.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Amazing day, everyone.
Fantastic. Thanks.
Thank you.
Love you, David.
Love you too.
Love you so much.
You at
Thank
summer camp.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Everyone. If any of my jokes offended you, you know,
It's fun.
take care, guys.
Bye-bye.
David.